again for joining us this week. How's the past few days went at training?
No, it's been great. The boys have worked really hard since coming back last Friday, and we're really excited that the effort and application that they've put into it. There was a few moans and groans a couple of days ago, but we explained it's pre-season and we're not doing it as a punishment, and in fact the last couple of days what it's done is it's brought the group closer together, so on that side we're happy. We've not picked up any silly injuries, and we've got through the bulk of the longer stuff, so it's been a pleasing week.
We did see photos online and things like that of running sessions and things like that, so is that kind of nitty gritty basic stuff kind of out the way now and it's time to focus on the way you want to put your ideas across to the team?
No, the pleasing thing on that is we've managed to do a bit of both. We've put a foundation there with some of the longer, harder running that will hopefully hold us well through the season, but the balls have been out as well, and we've managed to try to play it for the back, and also the way we're going to try and press the game. So as much as they've done the hard running, they've also applied themselves properly in the training pitch when the balls come out. So it's been an exciting week that way. It should be. The boys were all desperate to come in and play for the club, so I expect that from them, having spoken to a lot of the boys over the summer that we've brought to the club. But equally the boys that were already under contract have contributed in a positive manner, and as I say, it's been a very progressive week.
When you look at the week coming up, heading into the first pre-season friendly, is it continuing that kind of foundation of fitness but also your philosophy, or does it come into a more natural week where you'll be preparing for a game situation?
I think we've addressed it. We explained to the boys at the start of the week the reasons behind working on sort of bigger areas the first week, and then we'll work in smaller areas for the second week, and that will become tighter stuff for the third week, and then address the full size pitch in the fourth week again. So there's a cycle to it. There's a reason why we're working on stuff. We just felt that come back at pre-season, if we worked with smaller numbers, 1v1s, 2v2s, which it's hard work, that you can pick up wee niggles here and there. So there was a lot of thought process went into it with myself, Greg and Gary. John and Kevin have been great as well from the physio side, and making sure that we give them a good base fitness, because I know from personal experience as a player, if I got a good pre-season under my belt, I tend to find that I managed to see the season out at a reasonably good standard. So as I say, it's been tough. There's been a few moans, but the boys have all completed a hard working week.
We've just spoken to Jason there, and you'll be pleased that he seems to have settled in really quickly and he's really happy with the way things are progressing in the training field.
No, he's already mixing with the boys. As I said, it was great yesterday watching both him and Greg having a discussion about yesterday's training. They were to and fro at each other, and that's before we're even out on the training pitch, that they're discussing things and trying to get their own points across. And how I see, it's important for me to see what it means to they guys, because that will only show when they go on the training pitch that everything that we're trying to do is for the right reasons. And I'm not saying we're in the room agreeing on everything, but we're debating football and what we think's right for moving this club forward. And as I say, Jason made a brave decision coming away from a different industry, but one that he couldn't refuse, and he's delighted to be on board.
You added to your backroom staff again this week, head physiotherapist. Do you feel that that's just as important a role as bringing in someone like Jason that maybe goes less noticed by maybe the fans, but it's just as key a role? Because like you said, any niggling injuries at this time of the season, it's not great.
First of all, I'd like to thank John Porteous. He was fantastic at a difficult period for us towards the end of last season. John's been in the game for a number of years, and I said to the group earlier in the week when I put a presentation on about the culture that we're trying to create at this club, that if we can be as dedicated as John has been, since he's come and worked for Dunfermline, then we'll have a decent chance of being successful. Kevin comes in, he was up at Ross County last season, Dunfermline boy, and he felt it was right for his career to move back down the road, and he was absolutely delighted to come to a club like ourselves, and he brings a professionalism. He's articulate, he's good with the boys, he's got a bit of banter, he keeps things real, and he's very much a team player, so he'll be he already is, pulling his weight and adding to our coaching side.
With the fixtures released this morning, it just ramps up the intensity ahead of the new league season. The first 3 games just shows you how tough the championship's going to be. Yeah,
and it was great this morning. The players were coming in obviously when the fixtures had been released, and Craig come down and gave myself, Jason and Greg the fixtures. Dundee will be a tough one, but it's at home. I'm sure the fans will be excited about it. We're excited, the players were excited when they came in this morning. You can't wait until the first game. I know we've got the St Mirren game in the Betfred to deal with before that, but Dundee's one that, with them coming down, will be a good one for us to see where we're at come the start of the season.
Like we said, at this point of the season, when the media team are busy, that it must be busy for everybody else. Kit launched today as well, so everything's going on. It's getting closer and closer, and that must bring the excitement out in you and your coaching staff, the players and everybody involved.
Well, it does, and I think what again it does is it engages with the supporters. It's important if the fans will have their say whether they like the strip, whether they like the away top, and it's great that excitement and the buzz is about the town. And you rightly said, Dundee getting pulled out the hat for us playing them the first game, and it being a home fixture for me is important because it'll set where we're going to look to set our stall for the rest of the season.
We were speaking to Tom Wang as well earlier, another new face here at the club. How do you feel he could come in and contribute?
Tom's another one that's important. He's ambitious. He was very keen to get another crack at full-time football. We'd had him watched several times. The back end of last season, the second half of the season. He's good on the ball. He's got a bit of pace, and he's hungry to develop and get better. As I say, it's not a given that Tom will be a starter. He fully understood that when we were speaking to him. We've now got real competition for places here with Lee Ashcroft, Danny Devine, Tom and Ewan Murray. The exciting thing for me there is, for as much as Jackson moving on to Bradford, you've got Ewan and Lewis Martin who can also play at left back, but they're also adaptable to play right across the back line. So real competition for places now, and as I say, Tom's hungry to kick on his career.
You said last week you were looking to maybe bring a little bit more width into the team. Obviously people look at it and see Tom Wang as a defender, maybe question when a winger could be signed here at East Park. I think you've got a wee bit of news on that front.
Yeah, I'm delighted to announce that we've managed to add Josh Coley. We've agreed with Norwich to bring him in on loan. He started in men's football at Hitchin, so he's played men's football, and he managed to get himself a move to Norwich over a year ago and break into the Norwich under 23 side. We're at a stage now where, having spoke to his agent and Neil Adams, the loans manager down at Norwich, that they see that for the development of his game that he has to go out and play men's football again, and he's an attacking player, plays in wide areas of the pitch, takes people on 1v1s. First thought is to get at people and be positive, so delighted to add Josh to the squad, albeit it's a loan signing, and for as much as we're looking to develop our own players, I think it's important that to provide the right competition for places here, that we use the loan market as well. And again, it's something that I'd like to thank Ross for doing his homework and working behind the scenes to make sure we've got contacts like that, because it's great that Norwich have managed to come to an agreement that we get Josh.
It must be a compliment to yourself, your coaching staff, the club, that guys from an English Premier League team, albeit maybe at a youth level, want to come in and play for Dunfermline. That must say a lot, give you a lot of encouragement when you're looking at players, that you're able to attract players of that quality.
No, I think it was evident from the conversations that I had with the agent and Neil Adams. You know, I spoke at length with Neil, and as I say, we're grateful that they're going to trust us to look after Josh in terms of his development. But they've done their homework on us as a club. They've seen that over the summer, the way that the direction that we see this club moving forward, and I think that's had a big say in Josh coming to the club. Not only, you know, the conversation that I had with Neil, but his agent, but Josh as well. You know, he's excited, he's come up and he sees it as a young, energetic squad that's wanting to do well, and as I say, it's great we've managed to add him to the squad for the season going forward.
And just to finish up, how do you see this now developing the squad, recruitment? Do you see more players coming in, or do you feel quite content now with the numbers and the players that you've got?
I think Ross will have a heart attack if I ask for any more players. I think it speaks volumes for everybody at the club, working hard behind the scenes over the summer. I'd just like to thank them for everything that they've done. But I'm still hopeful, still hopeful that we can add another wide one. I think, you know, I said last week that if we can get a player that's good at 1v1s, taking players on, getting crosses into the box, it brings an excitement, not only to the playing staff, but to the coaching staff, to the crowd, anybody connected with Dunfermline Football Club. The one thing I think we have to be is a little bit patient on that one. So, as of yet, have we got a prime target? No. Have we got several players in our head? Yes. Whether the players become available, that's the question that will have to be answered over the next coming weeks. But as I say, it's a challenge and one that we're looking to bring in.